over 15 years. Officials of the Port Authority of Douala detailed that major investments since taking over the container terminal management from the Douala International Terminal included the acquisition of essential software for terminal operations, modern handling equipment such as quay cranes, yard gantries, port tractors, and utility vehicles, the reconstruction of nearly 16,000 meters square of storage area, the rebuilding of gantry train tracks, the adoption of a 4G light communication technology, and the reconfiguration of the container yard management system. As a result, the container terminal's revenue has been consistently growing since it commenced operations in 2020. Revenue rose from CFA 49.9 billion in 2020 to CFA 57.1 billion in 2023, after CFA 56.9 billion in 2021 and CFA 54.3 billion in 2022. The container terminal explains that the impact of COVID-19 and financial loss made 2022 a turning point, but with China's reopening, an uptick in imports has been observed in 2023. It is important to note that the Douala Port Authority launched the container terminal in 2020 to ensure the continued operation of Douala's container terminal after the end of a 15-year concession granted to the Douala International Terminal, the DIT, a joint venture by the logistics giants Bolloré and Maersk.
And now over to Marwa in the Far North region. The local population there now live in hardship as the price of cereals skyrocket in the market. This is as a result of heightened insecurity and the smuggling of foodstuffs to neighboring Nigeria and Chad. Governor of the Far North region prohibited the exportation of cereals, but the activity keeps gaining grounds in Marwa. Details with Lucy Diengo is here.
The population of the Far North region continue to suffer acute food insecurity. This, according to farmers, results from the fact that most cereals cultivated in the region are being exported and sometimes smuggled to neighboring Nigeria and Chad. They deposit millions of francs CFA to buy goods from Motura through Nobu. This shows that the transportation of millet is not being controlled. Added to this are the numerous attacks perpetrated by the Islamist jihadist group who harvest and take away the cereals from the poor farmers.
Dans la nuit, les Boko Haram viennent couper le plant et ramener au Nigeria.
Addressing the situation, the governor of the Far North region, Mijiyawa Bakari, in 2020 signed an order prohibiting the exportation of the foodstuffs. But today, the farm produce are not only being exported but used by companies as raw material, causing a surge in the prices of cereals in the market.
We have biggest companies here who use our product as raw material. Some farmers use the harvest to cook what you call traditional wine.
The government has resorted to provide farm inputs to local farmers in order to boost production.
On one hand, we are organizing people and see how to accompany them in terms of fertilizer and machine and so forth and so on. On the other hand, we take important measures to not allow people to carry our product abroad.
The population hope that the measures put in place by the government will go a long way to solve the problem of food shortage in the region.
And now today is February 29. Are you celebrating your birthday today? Because it comes just once after 4 years. Most people born on February 29, known as Sleeplings, celebrate their birthdays once every 4 years. Though to some celebrating only 4 years is weird, others believe because they are special beings, it's but normal that they don't celebrate like any other person. In the report which comes up next, Immaculate Fogwe explains the reasons behind leap years.
Blowing his 40th candle, Gangwe Pierre Fimi is among the few people in the world celebrating their birthdays only after 4 years. Born on February 29, known as a leap day, these set of people are referred to as special breeds or special beings due to the rarity of their birthdays. To Gangwe Pierre, Celebrating his birthday is a blessing. I give thanks to God for making me celebrate my birthday after 4 years. I feel great because my birth is very peculiar. Though some of my friends tease me when I decide to celebrate my birthday on the 28th of February or on the 1st of March, I just tell them it's because I am a unique being. For some others, celebrating their birthdays after 4 years is awkward. They, however, say what matters is that they are increasing in age every year, regardless of not having February 29th. Questioning some random people on the streets of Douala, they claim to be clueless about what a leap year means. While some leaplings decide to mark their birthday every February 28th or March 1st, others wait to observe theirs on the authentic date, which is February 29th. A leap day is observed because the Earth's period of orbital revolution around the Sun takes approximately 6 hours longer than the 365 whole days. Hence, a leap day compensates for this lag, thereby realigning the calendar with the Earth's position in the solar system.
Happy birthday to all those celebrating their birthday today. Now we take you out of our national frontiers. The Cabinet of Senegal has approved an amnesty law during its session early on Wednesday. The decision follows the proposal made last Monday during the inauguration of a national dialogue headed by President Macky Sall. Let's now have our foreign page roundup with Cedric Chakutiu.
In Senegal, President Macky Sall, affirming his commitment to resolving the crisis, announced the adoption of the General Amnesty Law for incidents related to political protests back in 2021. This decision comes after a period marked by protests resulting to numerous arrests, casualties, and extensive property damage. Moreover, before the law takes effect, it must undergo approval by the National Assembly. No specific date for this legislative process has been announced yet, but despite this intent to foster reconciliation, the amnesty law has met with mixed reaction, facing opposition from both the opposition and the ruling coalition. In addition to the amnesty law, Macky Sall disclosed that he will review the report from the National Dialogue during a scheduled audience on Monday, 4th of March. Elsewhere in Chad, Chadian opponent Yaya Dillo was killed in the event that occurred early on Wednesday in N'Djamena, capital of Chad. According to Attorney General Umar Mohamed Kidelai, Yaya Dillo was killed during an exchange of fire with security forces. The Attorney General retraced the cause of events without, however, giving a precise assessment. Early on Wednesday in N'Djamena, residents confirmed having heard heavy gunfire near the headquarters of its political party, PSF, Socialist Party Without Borders. Hours earlier, an attack targeted the Homeland Security Agency's security branch building. Note that Yaya Dillo, cousin of the late Chadian President Idriss Déby Itno, died on February 28, 3 years to the day after a first arrest attempt at his home, during which his mother and one of his sons were killed. He himself narrowly escaped before heading into exile for several months.
And now we talk sports. Some Cameroonian coaches and sports analysts say the government should hand the management of the senior men's national football team to another Cameroonian. This comes after the contract of the entire technical staff of the Indomitable Lions was never renewed, as it came to an end that was yesterday. According to them, handing over the team to an expatriate will be another waste of taxpayers' money, as Manjikan Gabriel tells us in the report which comes up next.
After the government of Cameroon, through the Ministry of Sports and Physical Education, decided not to renew the contracts of the entire technical bench of the Indomitable Lions due to their poor performance, some Cameroonian coaches we met are of the opinion that the job should be given to another patriotic citizen who can deliver.
I think that we still have people here in the country that can do that job. We have Mbuba Patrick, we have Jeremy Jita, and we have Ashi Webo. They are qualified to handle that post. It's not all about white man, no. To me, the person that brought us Olympic here was a Cameroonian.
I would like us to use a local coach and go out again to look for foreigners to come and eat money and leave the group.
A sports consultant who also wants a Cameroonian technical bench for the Lions backs his choice.
When we go statistics-wise, the last 3 AFCONs were won by nationals. In 2019 in Nigeria, Belmadi, in 2021 in Cameroon, Aliou Cisse, and Faye recently in the AFCON in Cote d'Ivoire. So I think being a national is one of the first criteria. The national has the pressure that comes with it because when you take in foreign coaches, they don't have the same pressure. They do their game and they go home, whereas the national knows the stake.
But what are the criteria to be considered for the people who will replace Rigobert's song and team at the helm of the Indomitable Lions?
It should be somebody who knows what he's looking for. Somebody who knows how to manage player. The coach must impose results to his squad. He should be very honest and competent in what he wants to do. He should not be the type of coach that will be influenced by other people.
Coach with a great knowledge of technical and tactical play, especially tactical play. To win games now on the continent and even worldwide, you need a great tactician, and we have been lagging behind when it comes to tactical play.
The suspense is now on as all Cameroonians are waiting to know who the government will hand the management of the Indomitable Lions to come March 2024.
And the non-renewal of the contracts of the entire technical staff of the Indomitable Lions of Cameroon has now created suspense on who will be called up to fill the gap left or the space left by Rigobert Song Bahanak. The new people who will be given the work will also have to face tough times to bring the team back to the days of glory. In the report which comes up next, Manjikan Gabriel looks at the challenges awaiting the new people who will be appointed to manage the senior men's football team in Cameroon.
Whosoever will be given the power to take up the duty as the coach of the senior men's national football team, the Indomitable Lions, will have as first challenge to rekindle the dwindling image of Cameroon's football team, a team that enjoyed just 6 victories in 23 matches played in all competitions under the control of Rigobert Song, alongside 9 defeats and 8 draws. During his campaign, the Lions conceded 28 goals and scored 26. The new officials of the national football team will also have as a daunting task of reinstilling the winning spirit in the Lions to make them indomitable. Once again, they will have no right to make mistakes participating at the Africa Cup of Nations, Morocco 2025, and if possible, winning the trophy should be another headache for the new coach of the Indomitable Lions. For them to get a pass to Morocco next year, the new technical staff must have hitch-free qualifying campaign. Another daunting task will be the Lions qualifying for the FIFA World Cup in 2026 that will be hosted by USA, Canada, and Mexico. Cameroon is the temporary leader of their Group D with 4 points in a win and a draw. If the new officials to manage the Indomitable Lions are to give the best results to Cameroonians, they are expected to be given a minimum autonomy. The government is expected to give them a conducive atmosphere for them to work. From the era of Hugo Bruce, Clarence Seedorf, and Antonio da Silva Conceição, the problem of interference has been a major preoccupation. South Africa's third place at the AFCON was thanks to the use of home-based players, and many Cameroonians are expecting that the new persons to take over the national football team will follow up home-based players and give them the opportunities in featuring on competitive games rather than being called and left on the reserve bench.
Thanks, Matt. And that report brings us to the end of the first part of the news. Talking Points comes up next. We will be talking environmental protection today, and our guest tonight is Frances Raymond Price. She is the practice leader of Forest Ecosystems of the WWF. Thank you so much for accepting to be our guest on Talking Point tonight. We are in the month of March dedicated to women. You are a lady and you're a leader. Now, let's talk about forest conservation and environmental protection. That is one of your missions here in Cameroon. Can you tell me more about that?
Hi, I'm Fran Price. I'm the Global Forest Practice Leader at WWF International, and it's great to be with you today. I'm here in Cameroon. I'm based in the United States, but I'm here in Cameroon for meetings with COMIFAC and Climate Focus to think about how we can accelerate forest finance coming into the region. And I'm also here to meet with the forest ministers of the region on Friday. So it's wonderful to be here to really think about some of these challenges that we need to overcome, and some of the solutions that we are coming together around to keep the forests of the Congo Basin standing. So WWF's forest practice is focused on accelerating forest restoration, keeping our forests standing across the globe, also improving forest management, and halting and reversing forest loss. So the forest practice that I lead is really around coming together, seeking those solutions for our forests globally, and working with partners, whether they be governments, other civil society organizations, indigenous coalitions, corporates and businesses, and universities and academia as well. So we really try to bring people together around the solutions that we think are really going to make a difference for our forests and the people who depend on those forests every day. Thank you.
And now, Francis Raymond Price, you just mentioned the Congo Basin forests there. Can you provide to us an overview of the environmental situation in the Congo Basin and some of the challenges leading to climate change in Cameroon, where you are at the moment?
Of the Congo Basin are still standing. They're unique in that sense. They are the largest intact tropical forest expanse that we have globally, and the only remaining net forest carbon sink that we have among our tropical forest regions. The deforestation in the Congo Basin has been relatively low until now, but the threats to the Congo Basin's forests are increasing. And small-scale agriculture has been the driver of any forest loss until now, but now we're seeing that continue, forest loss through small-scale land clearing, but also larger-scale agriculture is coming into the picture, as well as mining and infrastructure and even fire. So this is the largest net forest carbon sink. It's also the largest expanse of tropical peatlands in the world, and the second largest tropical forest area in the world, and it's under threat. So now is the time to come together with governments, with other civil society organizations, with local communities, with indigenous groups and coalitions, and to work together to really help the people and the governments of the Congo Basin to continue to keep their forests standing.
And now, Raymond Price, before we go, we have noticed that climate change, high temperatures, is gradually becoming a preoccupation, a great preoccupation in Cameroon, and most governments and councils are complaining of finances. Any proposed solution in that direction?
When we think about the solutions to the big finance gap, we need to think both systemically and also at a regional and national level. So there are some systemic solutions that we are looking into right now, and one is around how the International Monetary Fund does its debt valuation, and somehow including high integrity forests in that debt valuation process on the balance sheet of countries. We're also looking at the special drawing rights within the IMF and having high integrity forests be part of one of the funds that the IMF has set up that can draw upon those special drawing rights. So those are some of the kind of global systemic solutions that we're looking at.
Hopefully, at the end of it all, the problem of global warming and high temperatures be looked into. Thank you so much, Francis Raymond Price, for accepting to be our guest on Talking Point tonight. Viewers, thank you so much for being with us. Don't go away. Our programs continue. Equinoxe at 7 p.m. and the news in the French language comes up at 8 p.m. Stay with us on Equinoxe Television. Bye-bye for now.